Lothanga namukela nonke ku live bush camps chat with Khaya Tlou. And a warm welcome to the world. My name is Khaya, my name is Tlou, and welcome to our live bush camps chat with me. We're coming to you live from the Greater Kruger National Park here, in this beautiful area called Pride Lands Conservancy in the southern part of Baluli Nature Reserve. And let's see who's with us on our live chat. So we have Cookie B, we have Willow, Jive Bunny, Mary, Judith, Wendy, and Masi M24, also known as a leopard lady. Hello. And thank you so much for taking your time to watch a live bush camps chat with me. So if you're new, but I can see everyone here is not new. So you guys or ladies know about the show. We're talking about live bush camps or cameras that are installed here in Pride Lands, also in other different places like Khaya, our neighboring reserve in the eastern part. We have also CVT northeast of where we are right now. Cape Town, we have in Rochecliffe, and we also have Boskamp, just outside Hoedspruit. Yes, and we also have a boma, a wild dog boma, or painted dog boma. So some cameras are down, but some just here. But what's so great is that some of our beautiful cameras are active, and as we talk right now, we are going to see a penguin cam. It's not a new camera, but a new area or new angle or new nest, because there's some penguin that's nesting in the meantime. And so before we head to that live cam, we will go to our live cameras each one by one, so we can see who's live this afternoon, because today it's quite cold. It was drizzling earlier this morning. It's about 68 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 20 degrees Celsius. Was Brian, but he's not here anymore. Oh, some gremlins, first of drive from gremlins. Yes, because load shedding is here, and some places or some towers affected by load shedding. So that's why we have some gremlins or some internet problems. But yes, hopefully they will be sleeping during the course of the show, so that we can have our show beautifully. So yes, everyone, I can see you sending all. Miss Parker can see you. And yes, Brian was here, but he's gone. I think the camera is operating itself now. But if they do get some gremlins, they will be sort that out from FCO. They will come around here, and so that they can have a beautiful show. So, Mary, let's go to our live cameras, brother. So because today we're going to have our cameras, we're going to have our pre-recorded clips from the cameras. We're going to have our viewer photos. We're going to have our microscope. I have beautiful things here, just two species of some creepy crawlies here. Yes, and they have a mosquito, and they also have this bug called a bug stink bug. Yes, elephant cam one is on the screen. So this camera is just right next to us on almost on the ground, so you can get all the angles from the ground, and so you can see animals' legs to the body. And then this one is facing straight northeast, and there's nothing happening here in the meantime. So Mary, let's go to another one. Oh Mary, okay, the rogue banner is not straight. This, thank you so much. Now it's straight, Mary. So this is elephant cam 2, same location, just different angles. And you can see this one is up in a tree. And we made sure that we utilize this tree that lasts forever, because it can live up to 300 years, a leadwood. So leadwoods, they can live up to 100 years, and they can stand dry for another 100 years, and it can take them about 100 years to grow. Some people, they call them like 1,000-year tree. But it doesn't live for 1,000 years, but it can live up to a couple of 100 years, or it's still surviving, because one of the stronger trees that you find around here. And yes, maybe let's go to another camera, brother. So this is elephant cam 3. So this one is looking straight in the north, in this beautiful area called Chechani. This is our neighboring reserve, but we are not traversing in that area. Yes, there's nothing in the meantime, because sometimes we see elephants, buffaloes coming in. So we have hyena den that's south of our reserve. So when you go from south from here, I am right now, you're going to pass by this beautiful den site, but it's not being active lately. We do see 1, 2, 3 hyenas coming in and leaving, but it's not as active as it used to be. So hopefully those hyenas will start turning again, because hyenas don't have a strict breeding season. They can mate and give birth all year round. And we also have the next one, Mary. Let's go to the next one. Yes, we have Khaya waterhole. So this one, waterhole, is pumping sometimes, especially at night. You see all the civets, leopards, lions coming, elephants, buffaloes, wildebeest, Steenbok, the bushbok, they do come here. It's not far from Khaya Lodge. That's in the eastern side of where I am right now. So let's go to another one, Mary. Hello, Becky. Hello, a tropper. Can see you. And some of our cameras are down. So this one is Khaya Tlou Dam. Can't really see what's happening there, but it's nighttime. So it's a beautiful dam that you can see that during the day. So it attracts all the species of animals, from creepy crawlies to the gentle giant. So this one is just right next to me. Brian Acosta can see you. So there's nothing really happening. We have a creepy, a spidey there. So that spider walking there, I believe that is a wolf spider, because they are mostly active at night, and sometimes we shine a light on them, you will see spiders. So they're waiting to ambush their prey insects. Beautiful. Always busy. You can see the flies, you can see hyenas sometimes, leopard cubs, civets, porcupines. Maybe do we have another one, brother? Or do you have more there? Yeah, boo. Rosalind, I can see you. Diane, I can see you here. Tlou, Sutherland. This is a place that I wouldn't like to go at this time of the year, because I'm not a fan of winter. So it's very cold there. It's very, very, very cold. So we don't see much this evening, because sometimes you see springboks, you see Egyptian geese, some Cape hare, and some flying insects. But now you can see there's not a lot of wind, okay? So these shrubs or these bushes are standing still. Let's go to another one, Mary. So let's see. Okay, it's gonna be Boskamp next, but it was up earlier. Let's see whether it's going to be with us this evening. Oh, Toby is going to just go to Siviti. So Boskamp, I think, is down in the meantime. So Siviti is quite busy, but tonight it's not so busy. You can see the flying insects, and sometimes you see the hippos coming to drink, the nyalas, kudus, zebras, giraffes, baboons, monkeys, steenbok. You see the duiker coming to drink, then leopards, they do come. And yes, beautiful, Mary. Mary, to still have more, brother. I think we still left with the camp, penguin camp. Yes, let's go to penguin camp. Yes, VMP is in Cape Town in the meantime. So this is what is happening. So beautiful, beautiful African penguins are turning or nesting. Yes. So you can hear the audio, chicks audio. I'll be quiet a little bit. So maybe we'll be making sure that you listen to those chicks calling. Hello, Ida. Chikudu, I can see you there. Welcome. Oh. So its call is different compared to adults, because adults, their call sounds like a donkey. So you can see it's preening a little bit, it's cleaning the nest, and also cleaning the chicks, and also regurgitating something. So hopefully this pair is going to survive. So we can see it from now until they leave the nest, because what happens is they will be staying with mom until they are about 3 months, because when they are 3 months old, mom stop giving them, or this couple, parents, they stop them giving that parental care. And then what they do after that, they will be forming cratches, and of up to 55 individual chicks. But it will be so awesome if you can see these two youngsters growing to be champions. So you can see, I don't know whether this is mom or dad, because both of them, they do incubate and they do take care of their chicks. And what happens is, when they're about 60 days old, after they left mom to give them that parental care, they will be heading to the sea. And what they will do, they will be doing their first molt, and then they will go to the sea for about a year and more, in about 22 months. They will be coming back to their natal area, so that they can have their second molt or their adult molt, and then they'll go back to the ocean again. Hey, Steph. Welcome back. Yeah, the Gremlins want to take over. Sorry about that, and thank you for your patience. So, load shedding and broadcasting from the bush in this remote area, it's not very easy. But yes, Steph, I can see you there. And there's a question, Judith is asking, what is that? So, I believe you're asking about a penguin. So this is a penguin, it's called African penguin. The only penguins that they nest are in this area in South Africa. And what's so interesting is that the first 15 days, mom will be giving them that warmth from the feathers, mom and dad. And then after that, 15 days, they will be able to generate or how to deal with their body temperature. And if you can see, if you can look at them just below here, just between their legs, they have this pouch called an egg pouch. So that's what they use, especially when they're incubating. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So this is not the only bird that can fly, or that's the ground dwelling. So we also have ostriches that they can't fly, but they're still birds. But they're way bigger than this bird that we are seeing right here. So you can see it's regurgitating. So they will, mom will leave, and then dad will stay with the kids, and so to go and hunt and grab some food somewhere, and then it comes back. Sorry, and then sometimes you'll see both of them will leave the nest unattended, but not for a long time, while they go to search for food, and they will be back. A trapper, you're right about the woodlands kingfisher. Can you confirm? And she knows the animals. I don't know whether they're talking about that bird that you posted on the app, because I've seen whether that was a kingfisher. But to me, actually we'll chat about it, because I did feature that photo on our viewer photos. If that's the photo that you've taken from your camera. Mesiki. So what's happening here? It's beautiful. It doesn't look like dad is around. Toby's melting in 35 degrees in Morocco, where it be during summer holidays. 45, yes. We also do get 45 degrees Celsius here in summer. This place gets to be viciously hot. So what I will do, Mary, let's leave this mom or dad while she or he is taking care of the chicks. So hopefully dad or mom will pitch, and then we see all four here, and or maybe we're going to get another chance to see these chicks while this adult is out of this nest. So let's start with our beautiful pre-recorded clips. What do you think, Mary? Oh, not on the app, not on the app, not on the app. Okay, so what, woodland kingfisher, because at this time of the year, you won't find woodland kingfishers. They're not here. They're not here. You start hearing them around late October to November. You'll hear them. They're very loud. Then around Jan, Feb, March, they move up to Central Africa. So I don't know whether you've seen because sometimes you might be confused with the striped kingfisher and a brown hooded kingfisher, because the coloration are nearly the same, because they all contain bluish color. But the woodland kingfisher has more bright blue colors compared to these two, the brown hooded and the striped. And the striped is very small. It's not a big bird. And the brown hooded has a brown hood, and then it has blackish back here. Then it has the primary feathers on its flanks, like bluish, and the tail is blue. Then the woodland, is the dominant color is blue compared to the others. So maybe, so what I will do, yes, I will start here, my first clip. Let's start with that, Mary. I'm playing. So beautiful, 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 beautiful cup. I believe it's the one that I saw a few days ago, and you can see there's two there. It's a male and a female, and mom wasn't visible, so I will pause there. Yes, I will just pause there because this clip is very short, and so this happened on the 16th of July, and this is just outside camp, and we can see these two cubs there about, I can say, less than a year. Because when they were born, I was already with a painted dog, and what happens is I saw them eating meat. Mom killed a common duiker and hoisted it in a tree, and what happens is leopard cubs or baby leopards, they will be relying on mom's milk for about 3 months, and then they will start eating raw meat from that. And then these ones are less than a year, and they will be sticking around with mom until they are about 2.5 to 3 years. So what happens is the male will be moving away from mom in dad's territory, and the youngster, who's a female, will be going out. Sometimes they go far away from mom, but sometimes they just stick around mom, and mom will give her a little bit of territory, because these females, what they do is their territories, they overlap with the males or that dominant male. Yes, Deanne, I also love the leopards. I saw them yesterday. That was a beautiful sighting. It was my first time seeing the cubs since I was here, leopard cubs, but they were here for quite some time, but I haven't got a chance to see them until yesterday. That was beautiful. And today morning, our first animal to put for this morning was mother leopard, and then she left and went to the cubs. It was hiding there because yesterday there was chaos between a hyena and those 3 leopards. A hyena came and mom was down and with the cub, and then the second cub was in a tree busy feeding, and then that mom screamed. What happened there, it happened very quickly, but some between mom, a cub, and the hyena screamed because there was something that attacked each other there, or that hyena came in and mom wasn't aware, and then mom climbed into a tree, and then those cubs ran. The one that was in a tree, he climbed down, then went to another tree. It was chaos. Then this morning it was beautiful because we found mom on the ground. Peace was still there on top, and then one hyena came, a different hyena, because it was smaller. It was a smaller hyena this morning. Yesterday it was a huge hyena, and then it passed, and then a kudu started barking, and then 2 seconds after that we saw a side-striped jackal, and it was there, and then mom started hunting and stalking that side-striped jackal. It was something crazy this morning. Then eventually mom went to the cubs while they're slowly following that side-striped jackal. It was crazy this morning. I loved it. Yeah, thank you so much, Jive Bunny. It was crazy. So let's go to the next clip. Yes, we have something that's very naughty. It happened on the 13th and the 7th. That's July 2022. And it's something very interesting. So you can see there's a big animal here. I call them broken tails. Let's pause, continue. Let's pause, continue. Let's pause. Broken tail baboons. They're not broken tail baboons. Welcome back. Thank you, Mehdi, for your technical skills there, brother. I really appreciate that. And the gremlins are still our friend. So this is a baboon, as I was telling you about. You can see the hind left is not working. So you can see it is moving, but not touching the ground. You can see it's a little bit dry. So what happens is maybe it was fighting with another baboon, then something like this happened because they have these vicious canines, or maybe an electric shock or from the fence or wires, because these guys, they're not only staying in the reserve, they also go out and then maybe get attacked by the communities there and stuff. So maybe this is what happened. But there's a few baboons here in the reserve that they do have similar injuries. But yes, you can see it doesn't bother this animal. It's still surviving and it's still going. So you can see that leg is completely dead. And so let's go to the next one. Mary, this is our penguin. So you can see it's during the day here. So this is an African penguin. And I can see a question from Steph. How often do they have chicks? So these ones, they don't have a fixed breeding season. So what happens is they nest, or they breed all year round. Winter, summer, autumn, spring. You all find a pet or just continue with. See now, it's panting. Sometimes you'll see birds when it's very hot. They will be, because they don't have sweat glands, and what happens is they have to pant to cool their body down. So let's go to another one, which is this penguin cleaning chicks again. I think I did repeat this twice. Okay, beautiful, beautiful African penguin. So Mary, let's go to another one, which is very interesting. Look at this. Have you seen this bird, beautiful people? If you know this particular bird and another joining, there's two different species, two different coloration and two different sizes. So these birds here, maybe please let me know, because I can tell. So this one bird with a golden chest. Oh, there's lots of smaller birds here, and you can see it has stripy face. So it's easier to identify this one with its stripes, black and white stripes on its face. So I'm ready for you, beautiful people. There's a few birds that are bluish and brownish, very small, and also this beautiful colorful bird with yellow, golden, brownish, black and white colors. And most of the time this bird, the bunting, it's a bird that you see on the roads feeding on grass seeds. It goes for insects again, but its favorite meal, it's grass seeds. Prena. Hello, Prena. How are you? Just send your hello, and you send your answer there. Prena is saying golden-breasted bunting. And the other one, I want to hear. I have one answer here, golden-breasted. And the outropper, you forgot the yellow one, the blue X-bills. So these birds are like easier to identify. They are easier to identify. And Prena just named these birds very easy. I thought maybe you'll struggle there, because we have quite a lot and lots of birds in the Kruger Park. Yes. Yes, Mary. Okay. Okay, Mary is saying we'll be down for a minute. He wants to go to the live camera, and I'm gonna fix some sounds that is coming in or coming out, something like that, but we'll be done for about a minute. Kai will be back. Yes, welcome back. Thank you so much, Marian. Thank you so much for your patience. Beautiful people. We're still back. Yes, the birds that we are seeing here are called, oh, there's an insect busy flying here. So these birds, you can see this one with black and white stripes on its face, the golden-breasted bunting. And then the one on the left, bluish chest. And the brownish wings. It's very small. It's called a blue X-bill. And so this blue X-bills, they will be utilizing trees with thorns when they build their nest, because they know they can't fight back like a drongus, or when they build a nest, they will be not far from a drongus nest. And they also feed on seeds, so you'll see them right in the ground or within the grasses, because they feed on grass seeds, just like the golden-breasted bunting is feeding on grass seeds mostly. And then we going to another clip there, and this is critter camp just during the day. So, oh, we have such a beautiful looking bird, which is called a hammerkop. So you can see it's, oh, it's gone. Maybe it decided to fly away. So that's a hammerkop. So it's easier to identify a hammerkop because of its head. You can see. So let's go back to that bird. Yes, go back to the bird. Yes, just there. So you can see its head, the beak, and its big head there. It's like a hammer, and then that's why it's called a hammerhead. There's an insect flying here. It landed. Yes, and you can see it's putting its beak inside the water. So what happens is it's trying to disturb something like a frog or aquatic prey species there. That's why it's walking in water. And then when it does see or feel that particular frog with its beak, it will attack, because there's we see quite a few of them in HQ. That's our camp. Oh, let's go to critter camp. Ooh, look at that. It's happening like right now. It's live. This is a civet. Hello, Zivi. That is beautiful. Just imagine, look at this animal. So this is a nocturnal species, and it feeds mostly on insects, but it is also an omnivore, because it can eat fruits, can eat berries, can eat sort of new shoots of grass if the tummy is a little bit irritated. And they can also go for young lambs of impalas if they get a chance. And they can eat birds, can eat bird chicks. So that's a civet. That's beautiful, just here, just right next to me here. And I'm sure it was listening to me now. Oh, Mary, thank you so much, brother. But it's special meal. It's a millipede, because you'll see they don't just defecate anywhere. They have their special place that we call latrines. And they go there and they defecate. You'll see all these exoskeleton of millipedes. And during summer season, that particular animal, that civet, gets to be very excited, because they are special meals. They come out. Yes, Mary, as I was talking with about a hammerkop, and yes, this is a bird that builds a huge nest. So if you are in Africa, then you see this huge nest. Do not be confused, because sometimes it can be sociable weavers, but this one is very different, because it uses a fork of a tree, and then it will build its nest there, especially mostly next to water source or water or dam or river. And it's heavy, and you'll see all sorts of things. And few days ago, I told my viewers when I was on a live drive that there's this one huge nest that was at Chitwa just next to. Let's go to elephant camp before I proceed with the story. This is elephant camp 3 is happening just live. No problem, Eddie. This is beautiful, man. Actually, live with Cam's chat is supposed to be like this. I get so excited when I have to change my schedule on how to run a show. This is beautiful, because it's called Live with Cam's chat. So we chat about animals that are live on our live cameras. So you can see there's the 2 animals there, which are called elephants. So you can see they are grayish in color, and they blend in perfectly at night. So now they're just thirsty, and what they're doing now, they are quenching their thirst with this fresh water that's being pumped there. And I can't really tell whether they're males or females, but most of the time, if the females, you won't really see them walking on their own. It's whether they're walking with their calves or they're walking with their sisters or cousins. So, and sometimes the 2 of them will find that maybe they're the boys. So you can also, if it's a small little herd, or if the elephant activity is not so high in that particular area, you can see 2 females, but with calves, but small little head. But they form huge herds, and when they are very big in that herd, they will sometimes decide to split and to move in different area codes. And these ones, I believe, these are the boys, or the young boys, that they split from the bachelor herd or from their natal herd. So what happens is they just need some siesta time again, far away from the boys. Thanks, Jive Bunny. Yeah, and there was this one a little bit of pushing. Oh, man, this is happening live now again. Back to the civet. Oh, it's drinking again. So maybe it had my voice. That's why it didn't drink a lot. So you can see. I want to see its private parts, whether it is the same one, because one was a female. Oh, beautiful. It's drinking, it's quenching its thirst, or it's hiding its tail. So we sometimes see them in pairs, especially when they are mating, but when they are not, they just decide to split and staying not far away from each other. Beautiful. This is beautiful. Ready? So let's go back to our elephants, brother. Let's go to our beautiful elephants before we proceed with this hammer cop, because I want to see what's going to happen with those elephants, because these elephants, they might give us a show, because sometimes they hustle, push each other around that water hole, but sometimes it looks like they are relaxing, and you sometimes see them resting their trunks right on that water hole, or that dam wall, or that pen wall. You see, nice and quietly. So these ones don't sleep at night. So they do if they want to, but for a short while. But during the night they continue feeding, because elephants, what they worry about is quantity than quality of food. So that's why you'll see them just feeding on whatever is available, and they'll be feeding as much as they can. So that's why I have to drink a lot of water, so that they can ease up their digestive system. Oh, there are 4 different seabirds that visit Khaya, and yes, and their spot patterns are different, and yeah, it's quite a lot of activities happening here, because there's these thick areas around us. There's huge trees, and also sometimes when you're walking around the camp, you will see a duiker, and there's a bush park there in the camp. There's also a bush park just right outside the fence, and Leketha has been killing impalas around that area. But that duiker, that bush park, since I was here, it's a male bush park. Since I was here, it's still alive, and most of the impalas around there, they've been killed. They've been attacked by Leketha. It means that bush park is doesn't take anything from Leketha, and because bush parks are known to be not aggressive, but if you corner them, they can be very aggressive, especially with their horns. Wendy, Seabirds territorial. They're not strictly territorial, but what happens is because there's this one water source right here, so these 4 different types, 4 different seabirds, they do come here and drink. So it happens that if they have a certain home territory, they will be defecating with their latrine and stuff. They will protect that from others. But if they know that these others, they don't have water source, or they don't have access to water, they will allow them to come into their space easy, but they have to be as submissive as possible. Then they go back. Just like rhinos, what they do is, if the males, and especially most of the animals that are territorial, but not the carnivores, because the carnivores are like strict, very strict. Rhinos, and I've seen that with water park. So if this male has a territory with all the resources, food and water, then it will allow these other males to come just to drink, and do not bother the females, and just go out of my territory. You see many honey badgers on camps. Yes, I see a lot of honey badger activity on Khaya waterhole. Yeah, Khaya waterhole. I do see a lot of honey badger movement. I see it came out at night only. Yes, Ida Chukudu, they are nocturnal species. But what's so interesting is that I was on a walk this one time when I was still a student, 2016, doing my trekking. And we're tracking, and a civet, bolted from this one bush that we walked past. So what happens is they don't utilize like dense sites, or they don't utilize areas like the termite mounds and stuff. So they go to these thick bushes or grasses, and then they hide there for a day, and then they will be coming out at night. And that one, because we are so close and it didn't feel so safe, and then it bolted out of its hiding spot. So they can be active during the day, but they just prefer to be out at night. Thank you, Jive Bunny, to respond to Ida. Yes, on Khaya we had a great close-up earlier this year. Yes, we do have honey badgers coming, everything coming, and we still have our beautiful elephants that I can see on the screen. They're still there. and hopefully more will join, because lately we've been visited by lots of elephants around, and yesterday I saw a herd. At least maybe those elephants were like 25 or 30, if I'm not mistaken, because there were these huge boys, little beautiful calves, and some sub-adult females and males, and old females. It was just beautiful. Yes, Mary, as I was saying with the hammerkop, I saw a nest a few years ago at Chitwa. I don't know whether you know Chitwa, just next to Juma there. And there was this hammerkop nest with a surgical mask. So hammerkops are interesting because whatever fits, or whatever that they can pick with their mouth, they can take it to their nest. Because what happens is they have to make their nest as big as possible, and because what happens is they lay about 7 eggs, and then they don't like incubating, because both males and females, they do incubate, but they don't like to incubate for a long time. So what happens is that nest, it helps the temperature inside that one area where it's nesting, or where there's eggs, constant for quite some time. So it gives them time to go out and forage and come back. And you will see sometimes snakes, they like that nest, and also you will see Egyptian geese, owls, especially the Verreaux's eagle owl. They utilize that nest right on top to lay eggs. And yeah, Mary, we have 15 minutes left. Oh. Yes, Jive Bunny, we did have a beautiful Pokemon film. I think I saw that, but I think I wasn't here. Arla Ramo. I can see you. Mary, let's go to the next one and see how we're going to go about this. So we have a clip from Boskamp, Waterhole. Beautiful jackal over there. So this one is different. If you can check, the tail is completely black, and you can see the colors on its back. They are black, and the coloration is quite dark brown. And the side stripe, it has a black and white tail. So its tip of its tail, or halfway down to the tip of the tail, it's white, and then the rest it's black. And then they have this whitey stripe on the sides of their body, and they are more lighter, like creamy color. The rest of it's part of the body, and they call them the bonsai German shepherds, because they look like the German shepherds, their ears and their faces. Beautiful animals. And when later, in about 2-3 months, because they'll be starting to mate when around September, October. Yeah, September, October, black-backed jackals will be starting to mate. We might be seeing beautiful pups just before December, because they are pregnant for 2 months. And if they can mate October, it's November, December, might be giving birth around December time. And we have this famous pair that lives around just west of where I am right now, called the Impala Plains. So always they are residents, and I strongly believe that we'll see pups this year. Yes, love Boskamp. And it's so great to see jackals actually still around, because jackals, they are killed, especially by farmers. Whoa, they kill them, especially livestock, because what happens is they go for their goats, sheep, and lambs, and their chickens. Let's go to another one, Mary. Oh! So this is a leopard cub. This is a different day, actually. Leopard cub drinking. From the other one, so it's more earlier on the drive. Okay, just a small little clip. Let's go to another one clip. So this is a continuation from that other one. And then it's going to the next one. So you can see it's a different day. So this is the 14th, that was the 16th, this is the 14th. So you can see the cup is facing and looking at the camera. Look at the beauty there. So you can see really the colors, because of of the light that comes out of that camera, but it's not visible. They can't see anything, these cubs, just that this light, it reflects, but it doesn't bother an animal. So you can see those are cubs that we saw yesterday, I believe. But in the reserve, it's so interesting that 2 weeks ago, a guide saw 2 different female leopards with cubs. So I don't know who's who now, who's who. Kumbulani, Pro Media. Hello, Kumbulani. Hello, how are you? That's my friend there. I really appreciate you joining. Yes, I hopefully you'll be enjoying the show, because I believe this is your first time watching Life Bush Camp Chat with Khaya Tlou. And yes, we're going to another one. We have a lioness coming to drink. This happened the 17th of July, it's 2022. This is Boskamp, just east of us here, Leadwood area. So you can see from the darkness. And so these animals, they're not scared of anything. But females, they are worried about hyenas, especially when they're in a group. They might, but most of the animals, they just leave these lions alone. So that's why they are also known to be king of the jungle, or kings of the lowveld. So it's quenching its thirst there. Worried about anything. It might be bucket, who knows? We can't see all the details there. And those 3 boys are away from him. So let's go to another one. So these are noisy chicks. So you can listen to the noises coming from this clip. So this is what we saw live, but this one is also a pre-recorded clip that was featured. Oh, yo, do you see that, Mary? Let's go back a bit. just look carefully there. What's going to happen? What's happening? Let's go to another clip again. So you can see those chicks are small chicks over there. So what happens is they're relying on mom and dad fully, especially in terms of temperature, because in Cape Town now it's cold. And the other thing, they have winter rains, so compared to this side. But you can see it's climate change now. Climate is changing. The weather pattern is crazy. It's confusing, because we still have green fields outside. Today it was drizzling, and yesterday it was properly raining. It's crazy. And these chicks, they have to be as dry as possible. They have to be as warm as possible, these penguin chicks. So that's why mom has to make sure that if it's raining, she or he, the father, has to be on top of these little champions over here. And then we have our second last clip, that is Boskamp again. So Boskamp has been pumping the past week, and also Penguin Camp has been pumping. So you can see the giraffe there, and the zebras, and you can see something spooked this giraffe. Something spooked this giraffe. Ooh, look at that. And what's so interesting about giraffes, they are very interesting animals. They have this interesting behavior, especially when they see lions, or when they see something that might cause problems, especially the predators. Or maybe we are on a bushwalk. What happens is, when we're on a bushwalk, they don't just run away from us just like other antelopes or animals in the bush. So what happens is, when we want to walk, and maybe there's 2 or 3 giraffes ahead of us, maybe just a few meters away from us, they will stop, and they will look, and they will slowly come towards us, approaching, certain distance. Then if they feel vulnerable, they will start running. They don't just run from noise that they can't understand, because some animals just run away from the noise that they can't. They don't even know what's making that noise. So giraffes are not like that. And so let's go to our last clip. One of my favorite animals to chill with in the bush. Warthogs, the warties. So some people, will hear them saying that they are kneeling when they feed, especially when at this time of the year when the grass are shorter. You will see them kneeling, but actually those parts they are kneeling with are not knees, they are wrists, and so that they can have an easier access to the grasses and tubers that they're feeding on. So you can see this is a big one, so I can't really tell whether it's a male or female, because the people, they think this is a female, because you can see it has one set of what, and the tusks are not as vicious in terms of looking at the body size, because the males have huge tusks and then the females have smaller tusks and just one set of warts, and the males, they have two, and they're so long and strong, and their head, their faces, as Brian is always saying, faces like concrete. Yes, Mary. Let me finish up with the viewer photos before I get to the microscope, because I have like 6 minutes left. Let's go to the viewer photos. Are you all ready? Are you ready? Yes, Mary. It's Piggy. All ready. Let's go to viewer photos, because I only have 4 photos. I restart to install the latest Windows. That's the computer saying that. Mary, yes, here's a viewer photo, remembering elephant book. So this is from Mary Forward. Mary is thank you so much for supporting remembering wildlife from Margot. So it was remembering elephants, and she just finished with remembering. Is it bears, Mary? Right? Remembering bears. This beautiful white bear at the front. Yes, remembering the bears. So she's doing this wonderful thing of supporting and following up stories of these animals, or stories behind these animals in different locations, and to get all these different stories in that book from different guys who are experienced in that particular area, or have a certain experience with a certain animal species of that area. Beautiful book to have. So in the house, I saw remembering wild dogs, and it's such an incredible, with amazing images and photos there from different photographers. Wow, beautiful. So the next one is Carol. We have a swan in Scotland. Beautiful bird, and it's huge. It's 2 times the size of the Egyptian geese or goose. So you can see it's different. The swan and the goose is different because of their neck, very long. The goose have shorter necks, and then they're bigger in size, and the duck has a very shortest neck. And then let's go to another one. Thank you, Carol, for your photo. Oh, here's a bit. Oh, Michael, gray-headed kingfisher. So Michael asked on an app that what bird is this? It's a woodland and stuff. So this one is it's a brown-hooded kingfisher. So it's a gray-headed kingfisher. It's a brown-hooded kingfisher, and yes, you find it here. It's a resident. It's always here, and sometimes you will see a striped kingfisher, and you can also see a woodlands, but that visits, and you find the European. Is the European? Why am I mixing this with a bee eater? I'm mixing a kingfisher with a bee eater. So this one it's a brown-hooded kingfisher, and then let's go to the next one. So this is the hyena that we saw on a live drive. Just a few minutes before the end of live drive, it gave us a whoop, and so they say this hyena was. Was darker. Yes, this was darker because of the spot patterns. It's darker. So on the other side of the body, so it has a spot pattern that has shape like a buffaloes. Yeah, like buffalo horns. So that's why I call them darker. So it's a beautiful hyena to see, and it was a beautiful hyena because it was just right next to us. It gave us a show. Beautiful. Man, I think we are done here with these photos. Yes, we are done with the photos. Let's jump into our beautiful things. So as I said, I have a mosquito and I also have a stink bug. Stink bug. So they are called stink bug because they live they prefer to be next to the tree bark, because that's where they thrive, because that's where they camouflage properly. And so interesting. So this mosquito, I don't know whether it's a malaria mosquito or just a normal mosquito, because there's lots and lots of different mosquitoes around here, and the mosquitoes are like the females and males. They have different behaviors, but both of them, they feed on nectar and honeydew and water. But these females are designed to pierce through our skin so that they can suck blood, because it helps with fertilizing or with the eggs when they have to lay eggs. Yeah, and the males, they don't have that particular proboscis that females have, because they are not built to feed on blood. And so this one, it feeds on water and tree sap. Talking about a bug, stink bug. So yeah, I'm gonna start with this stink bug. So it's just an easy. Okay, let's go there. Okay, okay. Look at that. Mary, I use this thing almost every week, but it's still giving me some hiccup. I don't know why it's giving me some hiccup. Still gives me some hiccup, this thing. I put it straight. Brian showed me this. He did show me this. It's some hiccups. It's still giving me some hiccups. And then you have to do that. Okay. It's in the middle now. Yes, I think it's coming. It's gonna come. It is gonna come. Yes, look at that. So this is the part I was telling you about. So what's so interesting about this? Well, I can see this is the cover that protects the wings underneath. You can see it's an armored cover. And what's so interesting is that this particular bark, it sometimes doesn't need a male for its rest of its life. It just needs a male once, and it has a pouch where an organ where it stores the sperm cells from the males, and then those sperm cells will be utilized throughout its lifestyle, its life cycle, or its lifespan, because it will be using those sperm cells being stored in that, so that it can fertilize itself. It will fertilize those eggs, and then lay eggs. And this one has 5 different life stages. Oh, look at those eyes there. And this is the head and the face. So you can see the eyes on both sides is a little bit blackish, and you can see there's, oh, you know what happened here? You can see there's a web here. This one, I found it somewhere next to my computer, and you can see it was attacked by a spider. So it looks like all the juices from this particular bug that I'm having right now, they're gone. They fed a spider. So you can see the spider webs all over it, and it was attacked by a spider, because some spiders, they can't eat the exoskeleton, so they suck all the juices, or they eat all the juices from their prey species before they're satisfied. So look at that. This is beautiful. This is so cool. Yes, Mary, this is so cool. So I think it lost a few legs. Yeah, it lost a few legs. And then these ones, they use chemicals to deal with their enemies or predators. So if you can check, but I don't know whether we'll see that, just it produces those chemicals just between their first and the second pair of legs. That's where the chemicals comes out from. And so this one, like, it died holding a spear. What's happening here? Is that a third leg that I thought it was gone? So because you can see that this black part here, it looks like it died holding something there. Also, you can see there's small little claws on its legs, so it helps climbing up and down a tree and maneuvering everywhere. This is the other part of this bark. So you can see there's also spider webs there. So it was once a meal of a spider. So let's go to a mosquito. So the mosquitoes, they can live up to 15 days, but depends on the species and temperature of the area, because some spiders, mosquitoes don't like the cold weather. Let me show you a proboscis. So let me show you. So this one I found it dead in a pool. So you can see there's proboscis there. There's also antenna, and between those two antennas, there's a proboscis, and there's these two organs called the maxilla and papes. And this antenna, they detect. You can see the small little hairs that they help the animals when maneuvering and detect things. And this one is a true fly, because the mosquito is only having one set of wings. And you can see here, these are the hind legs, because they have 6 legs, and these are what we're looking at now, the tarsus and its back legs. You can see there's some little hair there that helps with senses. Beautiful. Let's go back a bit. Yes, and I want to show its wings. So yes, this one. Okay, look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Look at this. Me just okay. So you can see its abdomen there. It looks like someone snapped on this mosquito. So because its abdomen and how the head is situated, it means it bothered someone, and then it gave a very fast clap. So you can see those wings. Bzz, bzz. And what's so interesting that with a mosquito, you'll find they prefer to go to an individual with type O blood, and also pregnant ladies. Mosquitoes love you ladies. And also if you like, you are a heavy breather, especially when you are asleep, they go for you. That's why this sometimes come next to your face, because they have to test whether that human being is alive, because they won't be going to be feeding on a dead human being. And the body heat, it does attract these particular flies. Oh, and one is biting me. And so they have 2 compound eyes. It's beautiful. You can see the head, the thorax in the middle there, and the abdomen. That is beautiful. Whew. Methuki, thank you so much, brother. This is the end of the show. That was beautiful. I really enjoyed that. But it was quick. It was quick because of those live cameras being active. So that was beautiful. Thank you so much, beautiful people. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you so much, Kumbulani, because you are viewing the show for the first time. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, thank you so much, everyone, and thank you so much for supporting, and thank you so much for taking your time to listen to Khaya and until this time of the day. And yes, Khaya, will see you tomorrow. Is Brenty's waterhole drive. I believe that Brent will be sitting at the waterhole and looking and waiting for things to come, then explain about what's happening around the waterhole. Maybe you will be hearing beautiful sounds and calls, beautiful sightings, and who knows, maybe the herd of elephants will be coming to the water source. I believe you'll enjoy that. Beautiful. So I will see you on Friday. And yes, Khaya loves you and the whole Painted Dog team loves you. Let me go and have supper. Have a great night. Have a great day. I love you all. See you next week, Wednesday, same time, same place, different videos and different animals. Bye bye.